Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 19, Week 2. Today, we're taking a look at Dusty the Clown Show taking on Shenanigans, the Luth team, minus Luth, taking on the Chon team with Chon. Last time, the Chon team ran a late game lineup and then spent all early game fighting each other more than fighting the enemy, and so it just went really, really bad. Let's see what happens this time.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Dazzle ban.
Radiant team ban.
I got a sneaking suspicion. Bring up the word strategic in the post-game rundown if I forget to bring that up.
Dire team ban.
I'm gelling on an idea concerning that theme now, but I don't want to expand on it until we're there. Banning out the Dawnbreaker this time.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, but it's just straight meta bans down the line.
Why am I surrounded by such
Dire
peons?
team ban.
Except Tiny.
For the benefit of the team, I will take the blame on that one.
10 seconds remaining.
Dawnbreaker being banned, they see that as an issue from the last game.
I mean, it was, yeah. I mean, it was like a lot of the routes that they had to potentially come back were just cut off by that stupid daybreak thing, right? Like, you just had to either play insanely around that and be pretty lucky, or you just had to dive face first into it and not do well.
Well, it happens once every 10 minutes. I don't think it's that good.
They banned out the VS as well. I don't really think the VS was a particularly large part of why the last game happened the way it did. I think you do have that happen sometimes in LD2L where, like, you lose a game and there was a hero that annoyed you and so you ban it. But the reality is that hero was just, like, annoying, right? Like, the VS didn't even really have all that much to do in that last game, if she wanted to, frankly. I couldn't put the fault on it on her. Or really, if I'm being fair. I don't feel like any of the heroes really particularly felt like they were excelling for reasons related to their hero, except perhaps the Dawnbreaker. It was just a strategic collapse, more than anything.
Lambert played the last game really well as well.
He did.
On that Morphling.
But I wouldn't say it happened like that because it was God's gift to Morphling games.
Because Morphling is a broken hero. It was just he played a really good game.
He played a good game, and the people he was playing against played badly into it. And thus, you had that come out of it. Do you think maybe Danny was just super pissed off that Chon got first blood and that second kill, and that just had him tilted the entire game? There's a non-zero chance.
I don't know. As you said, maybe it's just a bad day, and we'll go off of that because we have no context.
That's true. Well, I have a little context, actually. This is one of those series where I got many DMs after this game ended, so I got a little context. Bloodseeker ban, that's very interesting. Again, just trying to go after the Coffee Cat. I don't think the Wraith King play was even necessarily bad. I think the way that the reason that things went bad wasn't related to the hero. It was related to how it ended up working out. I like this DK in this spot a lot better than I liked.
This could be 1, 2, 3, honestly. I know it's traditionally played as a 1 these days, but could be a mid laner.
Yeah, I think they all play it. All their cores
play it. And yeah, Danny being an ex-mid laner, or usually a mid laner, obviously plays it.
Yeah. I think that DK is just a strong pick for this lineup in general. It's still a very good hero. All of them can play it. If it doesn't look good for whatever you're picking it for, you can easily flex that sucker out. Send him somewhere else, have him do a different job. Like, if it's a bad Wraith King game, just send it to Danny! Because it sucks to be a 3 right now anyway, so who cares? Who cares if his game is griefed, really?
I think he cares if his game is griefed.
Yeah, he does, but, you know.
And honestly, putting one of your high MMR players into a shit situation like that, I believe, is...
Well, he's not actually any appreciably higher MMR than any of the 2 other cores on his team. I think he's got 1 star on Carb, and I think Coffee Cat is higher than him.
Oh, well, I don't know. Goes to show you how much I'm keeping in touch. or on track with anything
The
happening.
Mars. This is a very confusing time to pick the Mars. Like, I don't really like it in this game.
Well, it's almost guaranteed lockdown for Hoodwink. You can't just scurry through an arena.
10
That is
seconds
true.
remaining.
Also, why are we picking a hero to counter their pause 4?
5 seconds remaining.
It's also really good fight disruption.
Dire team pick.
That is true. I think the key problem is that they have pretty good ability to just disrupt right back into that. I mean, Marv's Arena stops a lot of things, but I don't think anything Willow has is really stopped by it. Especially once you, like, if you can catch somebody with a little delayed stun and it just goes off in the middle of the arena, that's kind of lame.
5 seconds
She can throw the brambles into the arena and she doesn't have vision, you know. Pretty sure she can even throw the fear into the arena.
It's only attacks that are blocked.
Yeah.
For example, Drow E is not blocked by arena walls, but her attacks obviously are.
So it's going to be very specifically for picking people. In fairness, though, the Dire did just give them a hero that's really good to pick, so I guess there's that.
Yeah, at this point, we have Radiant, which is a heavy team fight draft, with the Mars Jakiro Invoker, into Dire, which is looking like more of a pickoff team, with the Hoodwink DK Dark Willow.
Honestly, I
don't
would have
know.
just... I mean, maybe it would have been like his first time running the hero in that role, but like, who cares? It's one of the simplest heroes in the game. I'm not that upset if it's like a first time thing.
For what?
I would have just put Coffee on the Dragon Knight here. I think it's a much better looking Dragon Knight P1 game than it is a Luna P1 game at this juncture.
I don't hate the Luna. It gives them a little bit of much needed team fight in response. Because no one wants to fight into Eclipse.
I mean, on one hand, that's hypothetically true. On the other hand, you did just give yourself an Achilles heel that you didn't have before. Up until that Luna came out, the only person on your team that Arena was particularly good for was the Hoodwink, and if you tried to Arena the DK in the middle of like a team fight, it was gonna go bad for you. But now it's like, if you can just drop that Arena casually and Luna if you find her in like the jungle or something, and you're gonna get the kill every time guaranteed, basically. Even the saves are probably not going to save fast enough. So I really don't like it.
10 seconds remaining.
I wonder if you could still outplay Arena with a Force Staff. I forget.
5 seconds.
I think you
remaining.
can. It's just really
Used to
difficult.
be able, I was going to say, you used to be able to time it with certain abilities. Like, what's it called? With hook shot. Any of these fast moving abilities that weren't blinks, you'd still sometimes be able to get yourself out of Arena. Like with Timbersaw, if you walked into the arena and then threw your W, or if you timed it correctly, it would just pull you through because there was a cooldown on how often it could shove you away from the arena. But I don't know if you can do that with Force Staff or even at all anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not something I've personally kept up with, so. Really, just to get back to flaming the draft, I think I would have just had Coffee on the DK and then just had some party heroes on the 2 to 3. Like Carp on the Primal Beast or something like that. You on the Primal Beast or something like that.
I think they're deciding exactly what they need. It's going to decide where this DK
It's
goes.
the
Okay, so
answer
that
is
an-
Zeus.
That is an off-lane DK, with a mid-lane Zeus against Invoker.
How do you like that matchup?
I don't hate it, but it so much more leans into that pick-off draft that they're looking at.
Yeah.
Their team fight's not... It's not bad, it's just not anywhere near as good
It's
as
not bad, but
Dusty
it's
the
so
Cloud.
easy to disrupt, and even though auras suck ass right now, somebody on Radiant gets a pipe, it just feels like that's kind of it. Like, unless Luna is, or DK I guess, is like ungodly ballin', you can get pipe and 75% of these guys' damage output just disappears like that. And that's scary. That's always scary.
Until Luna gets like 3 items, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what build DK goes as well. If DK goes for an armament build anyway, it might be funny to watch people melt to it.
But I do think this is just you were kind of getting into it. More than that, though, it really feels like they're playing into exactly what the Dusty the Clown show wants. They're picking the perfect team comp. It started so bad, like this Mars was so bad when it first came out, but now it's like awesome. Like, you know what I mean?
I think they were drafting the team fight. Yeah, so they'll have to just play it in different ways.
Like, even now, the most ideal thing for Marth to do is just get a pick off of the arena, and now you have the squishiest P1 you could ask for, you have the squishiest mid you could ask for. So these two, like, every time these two are going to be in an arena, they're going to die. You have a TA that's pretty good at following up on that as well, pretty good at the alpha damage theme. You have the Invoker, who, yeah, he's pretty weak to getting clobbered himself, but this is a situation where it's going to be a lot easier for him to do the clobberin than be the clobberee, I think. You don't really have that great a way to even start a fight unless Dark Willow gets the greatest bramble of your life. Like, DK comes in and stuns one, and then what? You know what I mean?
I don't think Luna's as bad as you make it seem this game, or as you're insinuating, because with the two supports that they have no really good way to burst down a Luna. Luna with running around with just so much armor. Jakiro just only having a dot instead of any sort of burst magic spells, and Clockwork dealing no damage anytime soon. There's no quick kill threat on the Luna. Like, sure, they might get a kill every time they use Arena on her, but it's not going to be quick and it's not going to be clean. There's almost a guaranteed chance every fight that she's going to be able to, every time they try it, that she's going to be able to get it off an Eclipse. Just because it takes so long to kill her. Because even with just a Dragonlance, she's running around with 1200 health at like level 8.
Here's what I see in my crystal ball. Early game, she's going to get squashed by the Invoker. TA gets 2 items, that's it for her. I think Spear, Arena, TA, attack out of meld. She's doing even relatively well. We'll probably blow her up. And even if it doesn't blow her up, it's going to get her really low. And if all she's able to do is just drop like a third of an Eclipse before she explodes, yeah, I guess that's true. And there's one thing that's for absolute definite certain. No matter what happens in this game, every single time this man is in an arena, it's over. I am baffled at this decision to pick the Zeus here. It is pure rotten.
The Zeus pick is based off of ideal positioning, because with ideal positioning, this is a pretty decent Zeus game. Just how much damage Zeus puts out, but Zeus has to be in the back of the fights every time.
It has to be so ideal, and I feel like there's also the second funny option. Somebody who's really kind of gone without really much mention so far over here.
Clockwork.
Yeah. Even if you're not going to commit the Mars ult to the Zeus, I think if Clock finds that Zeus at the back of the fight with the flare, is able to get him. I'm hearing a butt.
The battle begins.
I was gonna say, I think Clockwork's actually less of an issue than the Mars is, because it works into Mars or into Clockwork's cogs is that you jump over the cogs and then get pushed away. I don't think you just immediately get knocked back from them.
Does he does have that expanded armature. I think that has weird interactions with that. We'll see, but in any case, it still sucks to have the situation where you get picked off in the back of the fight, you lose half your health from that anyway. You jump out, you lose a big chunk of your mana, then he punches a cog and you lose a bigger chunk of your mana. As Zeus, it sucks. You don't want that to happen. That's a guy who already has trouble keeping himself full of mana.
Late games is
in the late game.
There's a lot less about it because it's not percentage based, right? So losing 70 mana twice to a Zeus with 2 items is basically okay. And
yeah, late game that's going to be the case, but I think it is going to be a while before that's not a very bad thing. And you still have the idiot trailing you in the fight too. It's not like he has to sit in the cogs and just twiddle his thumbs. And it's not like you can really dedicate that much to him either, because you got to deal with the front of the fight. If you're just going in all in on the clockwork, then yeah,
well, in
the
a scenario
Luna's
like
gonna be.
that, you kind of have to kill the clockwork because with the continuous fight disruption that comes out of that, becomes an issue.
Yep.
Zeus popping out ahead of the last hits so far.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, let's see what
Midget
happens
getting
there.
a kill on Clockwork. Probably, yeah, Clockwork's just getting a little too ballsy walking into a Dark Willow. That hero is terrifying with its base attack rate. Almost no heroes in the game actually are able to man-fight a Dark Willow.
Well, the Herald was that, and sadly he TP'd too. He tried to TP, so he's going to be taking the Walk of Shame back.
He is taking the long walk back.
So that's a really big upside here for the Dire, I think. You know, one of the big key issues is you really don't want this Mars fella to have much of a game. And if you're able to completely
So Midget's doing a really good job of making sure he can't walk up to this wave.
Yep, if you're able to make sure this guy doesn't have a game, that's like a lot of these like really hideous looking issues are not going to be there for you. But then on the other hand, I don't really think this lane's going to be able to completely snuff out the old TA. Really does not have that great of kill potential on her for a long time, I don't think. There's going to be two idiots hitting creeps and ideally ignoring each other if Danny doesn't want that to happen to him over and over.
Not with red DK at least.
Yep. And you may be surprised to hear this, but he's red DK. And he also just chose not to get that mana creep for some reason.
Yeah.
He just walked right past it. He had no intention. Didn't want that thing.
It's fine. The Luna going for a bit of a weird build here.
Wants a second stick.
No, it's not that. It's the going 103. Usually Luna start 110 just to not permanently push out the waves, but
Wasn't doing that this time.
Oh, pulling into a double cam.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Killing Luna's courier with boots and tangos on it. Kind of annoying.
That's very annoying. That might be.
She's not dead, but she's gonna have to retreat. She's got no health and mana. Even if she wants to eat the tangos off of it, you know, you really want to sit there waiting for your entire minute bar to come back. When that's able to happen to you, I don't really think so. Both the cores in this lane kind of just free-forming. They're actually at the top of the charts for last hits. And speaking of last hits, that advantage Zeus had is kind of gone now. I assume he's going to get it back later. I feel like this lane favors him more as time goes on, but right now he is really behind. Started out strong in the first few waves, but
Looks like they're gonna have 3 farming cores again. Oh, Clockwork going down again to this Dark Willow.
yeah. Just took another awkward fight there. This isn't surprising because this is a lane with 2 stand-ins in it. Doesn't really feel like these two are on the same page in this lane. Kind of had the same problem in the first game as well. Oh no, G-Raf just gave her a banner creep.
Not the banner creep.
It's okay, she missed that hit under tower.
It was a rough last hit to try to get. Zeus might be stacking for himself. Is that what that was?
Maybe.
Check that camp north at mid tier 1. Oh no. Yeah, it is stacking. TA
Not a bad idea, I don't think. Just something for him to gnaw on. I mean, he's one of those heroes where it's kind of awkward if the other guy just kind of leaves lane because you really don't want to chase him necessarily. You have to be prepared for it. You can very easily be not ready to just leave lane as Zeus, I think, and that's something nice he can do.
Big turnaround in this lane. He started the lane off doing pretty destitute in last hits, but here he is coming up second with 8 denies as well.
Yeah, it's another situation where the offlanes are just kind of generally on top. This is an awkward little fight down here on this little ridge. Rip to my Zeus's mana pool.
It was basically gone anyway.
It's true. Definitely want to get those boots sooner than later, buddy. Sooner
Yeah.
than later.
It's unfortunate that because of the DK changes, they really adjusted his matchup into TA. Because back when his ult did a dot regardless, he was actually pretty decent into TA, but now that they removed any and all damage over time from the hero, besides his shard, it makes life, makes life a little rougher for him in this matchup.
At least the shard's still pretty useful into TA, just specifically good for her, but...
But specifically good, yeah.
It also would be specifically good for Clock if he ran the narrow cogs, but I don't think anybody does that anymore. So...
Not really. Because it's just because the other facet is just...
better.
Non-existent.
Well, I mean, this facet is just better, is basically what I'm saying.
Just better. There's no real reason in a game to pick the other facet. It gives your ally that you hookshot a shield and reduces the cooldown of hookshot so you can hookshot an ally again.
There you go.
That's
There's something to that, but it'd have to be pretty good for it to...
Oh, bottom
do.
DK is getting low. Oh, no, not dead. Just low. He's got a 17-1. Should be pretty safe here.
And he did remember it.
Did remember to click
See,
it.
because I was looking at that, I missed that kill on Clockwork Top, my carp briefing.
Clockwork running in the tank.
And he's been doing that a few times. I get this sinking suspicion that Canada PMA may not have played much clock since the rework.
With Zeus ult, this might be a dead TA. Depending on... No? Okay. Everyone's just walking away. Oh, Clockwork's down here now.
And we do have the ult on Zeus as well. We have a dead squirrel.
Yeah,
and
dead squirrel.
Danny is running for the hills. This man has right-clicked fountain. No, he has right-clicked camp. Back at home.
Hey, that dude's farming. He's got enough, what's it called? Regen to just wait and be patient. Nice. Oh, that's...
First arena of the game on the Dark Willow here. It doesn't do anything. Just awkwardly engaged. They do kill her eventually. That's
what I was talking about before the game, though, is that they don't really have a lot of instant, hey, you're now dead buttons.
In fairness, they didn't press any buttons after they put up that arena.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They just put up that arena and then right-clicked. Oh no, he took tomato and now he dies. Was it worth it?
Was that tomato worth it?
The tomato.
Tower is under attack.
Midget forgets what she's around.
They give you 20 mana. No, or 20 gold. It's free money as a Dark Willow. You attack so fast.
Yeah, the inaugural ult for the DK down here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you want to have happen the first time you ult, right? You want to be like having to play really scared around their team. You want to be getting walked back to the T1.
You don't care about pushing towers with your ult anymore.
That's true. But you would like to do something with your ult, I think. You would like to do something with your ult that you wouldn't be able to do, or at least would do less efficiently as regular DK. At least you got that kill.
Specifically killing him. It wouldn't have happened if he wasn't ulted.
It's true. And they might get this. This will be pretty good. Never mind.
Until now. And he's about to lose it all anyway.
And now he's actually just a human, and now he's dead. That was an awkward time for that ult, and good rotation here on the Invoker. He was kind of popped in the middle of nowhere. Midget actually feels like he sees that coming. That was really good on his part. He's still going to go down anyway, and in fact, so is the Hoodwink, actually. A 3-for-1 trade. Very good rotation. Very good timing on the Invoker.
A lot of mana, unfortunately, couldn't rotate there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. With Zeus, sometimes you really don't have that option. You really can't come in. You're not prepared to do it. You need to have mana, or else you're just a big stupid elf with stupid shoes walking into the lane. I mean, Zeus isn't really an elf, right? But when he doesn't have any mana, and when he's got this skin, he's just a big stupid blue elf. That's basically all he is. With his big stupid blue shoes and his big stupid like power core in his center. That makes him look like a robot. That's it. That's all he's got. And this is a very familiar sight, if I'm being honest with you. I particularly like how Danny has come over here to take this camp Zeus stacked. Thank you for being a friend.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Zeus is getting
farmed.
done now. Well, he's getting a lot of last hits, but he doesn't have a lot of money, unfortunately, for him. He's at the bottom of the net worth charts. And they're just gonna catch this Luna and kill her immediately.
Bored.
Lambert is bored.
Dire's top tower
Someone
is
entertain
under
Lambert.
Dire's top
Oh,
tower
nope.
has
Just
fallen.
barely didn't get that range creep. And Invoker finally is coming back, so the good times are now over. Fiddling casually pushing out this bottom tower. Nobody else is here. Which, I mean, I guess DK is pretty bad at pushing now. I guess it's kind of a problem, isn't it? They have no push until Luna has many items. Like, literally none. They can't even take these stupid T1s, basically. And they can't take this happening to them if you're the mighty midget. Oh,
He's alive.
yeah, just barely. Never mind. Gets sniped out on the other half.
Trap getting a kill first, though.
That's true. Kicks out the Clockwork, who is going to take a casual spill there. I'm not even sure he was there to see that happen, though. I can't imagine any other reason Clockwork would have been that low.
Dire's
Because he was in the fight.
is under attack.
Yeah, there we go.
Dire's structures
Clockwork
are
went on the
fortified.
Dark Willow. Dark Willow popped Shadow Realm and whatever that Bedlam is. And Clockwork almost died.
Yeah.
Danny indeed going for the traditional DK build these days
Dire's
of the Armlet
bottom
Mask of
tower is
Madness.
under attack.
I don't hate it, honestly. Because at some level, at some point in this game, it's just going to become very hard for Radiant to fight to that much damage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just Hoodwink. Oh, Hoodwink
very nice.
Very nicely using the ult to get out of the cogs there.
Sadly, the Macropire is enough to do the job, so the cool play, like, didn't even happen. Midget
Lady
cleaning out the
Midget
support
getting
line.
Double kill, though.
I don't know that's necessarily... Well, okay, that's the one way you can not get a kill with the arena, I guess.
I think...
Oh no, it's still gonna happen
Yeah.
anyway. So yeah, even in the world's worst arenas, he still dies. It's so awkward, like, that's such a bad arena, and he dies anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Invoker does enough damage for it to happen.
Oh, nice shot. That's so awkward. And they're gonna get the EMP combo. Man, they have a lot to go through that particular skill, actually. I didn't even really think about that, but
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
Lambert loves Dota.
Lambert loves Dota too.
Creeps hate the Dyer's bot T1 while Danny is doing a camp. Randy's not even here. And the T1 mid takes a fall.
That it does. Honestly, people might be thinking, hey, giving Dark Willow all of these kills is not, you know, a good thing for that team, but Dark Willow is one of the best supports to have gold on.
That is true. I think I would agree with you there. I think if you, I think you would be happier if Willow had the other trait, but you're not crying that she doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
I would definitely be crying if I was Zeus, so this guy really wishes he had those kills, I think.
Yeah.
He's very behind at this point. He is building himself a phylactery. This isn't a bad idea. Good way to make sure you're going to have more impact in these fights.
This game feels so weird though, because as Dire, they have no way to make a play at the moment with how everything's gone. Because like what you want is with the Zeus ult, every time it's active, to be going around with a support and offlaner, and then just getting as many kills as humanly possible.
Instead, what you have is Mighty Midget wandering around trying to get kills and getting one or two and then dying if the team doesn't immediately 5v1. And Danny just found the Clockwork who's just gonna kill him very quickly.
He didn't have Armlet active.
Yikes! Can't wait for the GG call.
Nope. This is a structured game. They'd lose at 16 minutes if they GG'd out.
It's true.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't
Dire's
think
bottom
he's that
tower is
toxic.
under attack.
Not yet,
Luna's getting some
anyway.
good- No, Luna's getting some pretty good farm in. DK actually topping the net worth charts for the team. And for the second game in a row, I'm coming in at third.
Yeah, it's very rough.
Get my last hits up.
Yeah, I don't know. The tragedy of that this lane is that he ended with a pretty large amount of last hits, and it didn't matter because he just had less valuable last hits. I guess part of the problem is that he was constructing a nest egg for, or you were constructing a nest egg for yourself back here, and then the DK just came and took half of it. So,
No,
you know.
he did farm. He did farm the 2 stacks that I made. I did farm the 2 stacks that I made.
you got one
Yeah.
stack that you made. Danny
Oh,
got the other half. I was
Luna.
pointing that out when it happened. Well, let's see if I was right.
Well,
You owe me
honestly,
$1.
When there's 4 heroes running at you, of course you're gonna die in the arena. And also, I specifically said with a Dragon Lance. Do you see a Dragon Lance in Luna's inventory? No, neither do
It's
I.
true.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But hey, she does have Diadem and Mask of Madness, so it's pretty close.
You must manage to give you your stats.
Manta style.
Oh, it's gonna be mid to farm this wave. No one.
Zeus hates wards.
Zeus does hate wards. That's why they gave him the ability to remove them. Honestly, it'd be really funny if Zeus W actually did 1 damage to a ward.
Yeah, but not like one right-click damage, like one of its HP damage, so you could hit a ward like 50 times and it'd die.
No, I meant 1 hit worth of damage.
Oh,
to a
sorry,
ward.
you would hit the ward 100 times and then it would die.
Yeah. Do you remember when wards actually had 100 health HP and technically you'd have to hit a ward 5 times to kill it?
Yeah, that was a fun time. There were
Peggy's
some
sitting there fighting a ward for 30 seconds just
there
to
were
kill it.
some changes to support, I think, over time to make it easier that I really opposed, but that was not one of them.
That was not one of them. What, you didn't want to be the lowest damage hero in the game attacking a ward 6 times to kill it?
No.
No? Okay.
He'll
Figured
scout
out that.
Natsume on the Willow. DK going S and Y.
Yeah.
Radiant
Will not be up
standard
ne
though.
necessarily anytime soon. Just going all in on the Yags. I don't think you want to do that in this game.
He's only 2k away from it, honestly.
Radiant's
That is true.
are fortified.
No, I meant the,
Radiant's bottom tower
S
is
and
under
Y.
attack.
Well, he's
And he's-
2k away from the Yags, but
3.2.
found the Willow. This is a very messed up situation in this arena with
This
the
is a
cogs and
very
the.
weird play, yeah.
Oh no, they couldn't get him in time. No, my Jakiro didn't hit W till it was too late. Didn't think about it.
No, it was too late. He's like, somebody else was stunned, definitely.
Yeah.
Nobody else stunned.
Yeah, I assume he was waiting for the gear to knock him out of it, but the gear was already used on him. Sort of unlucky.
Luna farming triangle before the enemy team can get there.
Yeah, Luna farming triangle right after somebody dies in triangle.
Dire's
Luckily this time it was fine.
I hope that didn't see her. Oh, they're all rushing anyway.
Yep.
Maybe rush, maybe rush. Maybe
T at the
rush.
very top of the net worth charts. I think something that I mentioned earlier, and I think it's gonna get just potentially bad as the game goes on. Is just like there is a major damage gap, I think, between the world in which this TA does well and the enemy team. Like if this TA is allowed to get, say, 10k net worth at 20 minutes, for example, you can really end up in a situation where there's going to be a lot of these fights in the next like 10-20 minutes where TA is just kind of one-shotting a lot of the people on your team. It's going to be really rough. Very casual go with the Zeus here. Hoodwink's very close to the little maelstroms. There's that at least.
That's true.
That'll help Hoodwink farm faster. So he turned this back around. You scan out the Roche this time.
That's what we need, more farming heroes.
Zeus, well, pro tip, you do that after they do Tormentor, not after they do Roche. I don't blame him for trying, though. I guess sometimes that'll work out.
Maybe that was just a vision one. Wanted to see exactly where they were and what they were doing.
Yeah, that's
And if
true.
they were
The Roshan has been killed by the Radiant was not a very good
It
clue,
might-
if I'm being honest.
Bottom tower
It would have been. It would have showed if they were smoking on somebody. That's for sure.
I guess that's true. On the nobody that was in that part of town.
Oh, very nice.
Bonk.
Didn't matter in the end.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I just realized I can't actually remember the last time like I saw a Mars win in LD2L. It's been a while. I feel like every time we've seen this hero in LD2L for the past few seasons, really, it's not gone to plan, so to speak. Oh, okay, this is really good. Nope, never mind. We
No,
got
never mind.
vision, and of course we don't. Daniel,
Well-
United States, Daniel, they have 2 Invis heroes. You don't need the one that much.
But it's a 15 wand. You don't want to sell that.
True.
Honestly, you need the wand more than you do the bracer. The mana burn on Invoker's a real pain in the ass.
Tower is under attack.
They found the Zeus here.
There you go.
Clockwork is, yeah, just doing it right. Just waited until Zeus had already used his skills. Danny thought about walking into that and is like, never mind.
Dragon form running out at the worst time there.
Okay, there we go. That would have been a really awkward glimpse.
She was under a sentry ward anyway.
We've got the 1 mana rain out on the DK who is just melting. This is,
Yeah.
yep.
Luna's dead now as well.
Yeah. I mean, she better be. They better not let this go. Oh my god, okay.
Oh,
Blue makes that time, the Gundam on the Invoker with that very well-timed stun, and she's out of town. 4 for just the Aegis. I was about to say 0, it's not technically true.
technically not 0.
And they're looking for this stupid squirrel. Oh my god, she's so low. She's so silent. What are you doing, Giraffe? Okay, there we go. 5 for nothing.
Dire's middle
Just
tower
backwards.
5 for, not nothing, 5 for Aegis.
5 for ages.
Very big fight. I'd like to see the gold swing, please. Can we get a post-fight recap? Pretty
Nope.
please? With sugar on top?
Dire's middle
Nope.
Please! Come on now.
Nope.
Fine, we'll do things the hard way. Oh, never mind. This would probably be why the fight recap isn't over. This is an insane go on Clockwork's part, but it has given TA a big entrance to die. She better get out of here really fast. Okay, there we go. They are not ahead enough to do... Okay, they are ahead enough to do this crap. Invoker is godlike. Luna is disarmed, so all she can do is just run away.
I don't think they're quite ahead enough to do this.
is under attack.
No, they're totally fine. They got away with it. Oh, no. Oh my god! TA, no! Ah, that's so sad! All somebody had to do was just walk up and tank the tower, and that would have been okay. But everybody was already walking away.
Flame on.
Well, no one else had the help for it besides Mars.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody else had the health to do it except the Mars, who was right there. Just didn't do it.
Yeah.
Sad day. Well, that would have been much better if that didn't happen. That's still a 3k gold swing. The only
Honestly,
people who
TA
get...
dying.
Yep.
Pretty big gold swing.
Yeah, 730 gold went the other way, pretty much just for that.
600 of it was just hoodwink. For killing that.
But a lot of money
Yeah.
passing into the Radiant War chest here.
Here's the real question. Would Giraffe in real life be smoking a pipe? Because he has the pipe of insight.
That's a
I
good
don't know if he's
question.
I don't know if he's insightful, but I want to know if he'd actually have a pipe.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I know enough about Giraffe's personal style to say that. I know I could answer a lot of hypotheticals, but not that one, I don't think. Okay, this is a really good catch. They actually had the vision on him,
really
too.
good go.
That's huge. Goodbye,
There you
Invoker. Godlike Streak goes to the Dragon Knights. That is a gigantic kill.
And escape now is the answer to all of their problems.
Oh,
Never mind.
uh-oh.
That's.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that
Okay,
Mars arena.
really good arena. This could get bad again really quick. Yep, the TA is just already back at like half
Oh.
health.
There we go.
But,
This is a really good fight for them, honestly.
Where?
Radiant's bottom tower is
Where
under
did what?
attack.
I completely lost track of the TA there. She really turned invisible. And yeah, actually, she's gonna die here.
Yep.
Okay,
This
well,
is
I've
really
seen
good
this story
for
before.
That entire fight was a 4K gold swing.
Sure was. 3,245 gold passes into the hands of the Dire. 160 gold falls
How
out of the
much of
pockets
that
of the
is-
Radiant.
How much of that is going to Danny's pocket? 1,000 gold.
Over 1,000.
1400.
1404, 814 into Luna's. So that is a huge fight.
That is a massive fight for them.
That's the version of this team we needed to see last time. Like if this team was in game 1, very different story, I think.
Yeah.
And this
they
is more
coordinate-
traditional, I think, for this Chon team. This is the standard issue. They saw the Radiant make a mistake, and really that whole sequence of events was just a string of capitalizing on Lambert eating that hit from the tower.
Yeah, but the way they started that fight was ideal for them. The way that they used the two heroes that go off for kills, or two of the heroes that go off for kills, to pick off the Invoker using the Zeus ult to its fullest potential there.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. When it comes to the actual execution of fights, I think what this team's strongest aspect is. It went that was just perfect. It was a great capitalization. It was perfectly timed as well on a strategic basis. So that's good.
Oh, that's dead.
But this is okay. Maybe it's not a dead willow. Apparently.
No, because
no, still a dead willow. Bye bye.
Still a dead willow, despite the fact that that spear pushed to the low ground.
Yep.
Clockwork's ability to walk over walls is pretty good. They have 3 Invis heroes now.
Yeah, that's true.
Clockwork bought a Glimmer Cape. It's a little unusual for a Clockwork to buy, but here we are. Clockwork.
I mean, I can definitely see why you would really, I think, like to have.
Why you'd buy it, but against a Zeus, it's like the invisibility is not going to matter. You're not buying it for the 25% magic resistance.
Well, I mean, that's what I was going to say. Is the invisibility doesn't matter, but the barrier is very nice here. And I think having the magic resist on yourself is pretty big as well. You want to be somewhat tanky as Clockwork. It is one of those supports where you're going to want to be self-interested on some occasions, and being able to soak up 25% of even now basically their damage. Okay, goodbye. Rage quit.
Goodbye, Clockwork. He's rage quitting. He heard you talking about him. He's like, fuck that.
I was saying good things.
Fuck that.
Oh my god, he's gone forever.
This is like a 5-minute pause. What did his computer crash? Something?
Gwar.
G1 ready. G1 ready. Turns out they're not ready.
There we go. Blessings upon a loyal warrior. You have to be a little self-interested as Clock and having 25% ability to resist just all of their damage. You know, you're a hero who's going to be tanking skills for your team to some extent, and I think it's not a bad purchase here.
It's not the worst. No, it's just a little unusual. I think Force Staff would have been really good for him as well.
I don't think it's necessarily. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's necessarily going to be. Oh yeah, he wants to go all in on that magic damage for this baby. He wants to be. This is correct. I like it.
I don't hate it, but I don't think I've ever seen 30-minute raindrops.
I mean, hey, why the hell not, right?
Why not, I guess. Honestly, Blade Mail would have worked really well as well.
Yeah. But I think
Just
before Blade Mail works, you need to live.
You're Clockwork. It doesn't matter if you die as long as you can help damage the other team with Blade Mail.
Well, what I mean is, it doesn't matter if you have Blade Mail when pretty much all their damage is coming very split from all their sources, so everyone takes like 300 damage and that's it.
Carp, aka me, they have a TA. You have to lightning bolt the Roche Pit.
That's true. Yeah, come on, Carp. Who's you? That's so awkward. That's so awkward. Goodbye, T. But also goodbye, Luna.
Yep. It's a weird fight. DK's just clicking people though.
And you owe me $1.
No.
Supports mutual destruction here. Clockwork and the Willow going down at basically the same time. Invoker and Jakiro having a 1v2 with the DK on the side of the fight. DK doesn't win.
Mars doesn't seem to be losing either.
Yeah.
perchance.
Oh, whiffs the spear, gets the shield bash. Zeus is just in the middle of the dead forest. You always love to see when this happens, just this giant hole in the map. Last living man for his team, he's trying to get out of here. He's gonna get out of here. Oh no!
Nope.
What stunned him?
Hold snap.
Oh my god. Was it? Oh my god, you're right. That was such a fast cold snap, dude. That was so quick. That really shows you what you get out of a good Invoker player.
That's what you get for having a 0 cast point stun.
I will take the
Yep.
blame on that.
Well, I mean, it's not even down to the cast. We wouldn't even get to see the Zeus part of the gold slang, but suffice to say, money changed hands there. More money than this. The,
Yeah.
you know, even beyond the cast point, just how quick he queued that thing, that was very good. I think you definitely
No, I
easily
thought
could have seen him get
he
out of there.
He pulled it out a little while beforehand. He knew that
Okay.
he would have to cast a stun, so he like walked up and pressed it before he was even in range of pressing it.
And rush pit fight here for the non-Luth team. It's really the sad thing about this team is this team looks really good outside of their occasionally throw-tastic mistakes, but they're not a
That
team.
fight-
It's just three stances.
That fight honestly started off so well for the Dire team until
Yeah.
Luna got caught as well. Just picking off the TA like that is
Yeah, it felt
such
huge.
an ideal situation for them until the Luna just got murdered by the Invoker.
Very quick Tormentor gives Dakiro his shard.
Look on the
Ah,
Luna for
nice.
me.
Sure thing. BKB
Luna
Manta
does have
style, and
BKB.
finally got that Dragon Lance. That's the world's latest Dragon Lance, baby.
I don't think it is. Honestly, I think...
Two people in this arena. Wow, look at him die.
Yeah, TA blinking in there.
You've got the fear in the... Okay, you got an aborted fear in that arena. Only just now actually came out. And
didn't
kind
get
of
aborted,
awkward as it
actually.
meant that Giraffe sped run away from the Eclipse, but it's fine 'cause he's going to die anyway.
TA silenced with a trap. TA
Ah,
silenced
okay.
the Dark Willow during the animation with a trap that she put down during the animation.
I did not catch that. I just
Yeah.
thought she just decided to cancel it for some strange reason.
Oh, getting a pick. Oh, not starting with this stun.
Under attack.
Chikiro's starting with a stun. I don't know what Danny's problem is. He has to know. This is like the baitest bait that's ever bought. Yeah,
The BKB,
TA's
so I
in the
think
back line,
able
but
to
T's
fight into
losing.
it.
T's losing this
losing.
horribly.
And DK
Oh.
just clicked BKB and started clicking them. And he's fine with this as well. Zeus coming in.
Yeah, immediately got that TA hit, so no stun or no blink
TA
for her.
not
She's
using
just dead.
BKB. Oh my god, she didn't click BKB.
Yeah, that's true. Still 9 seconds and everything.
Click your armlet so you don't die in one shot.
Still not got any protection on the DK.
Oh, there goes
And
that.
Chon got struck by an airstrike. Oh no. Another good fight to hold on here for the Dire, just losing their support line to take TA twice in the Jakiro is pretty big. It just feels really nice. Danny is
don't
back
forget-
top.
Don't forget Mars started that fight off by dying as well. And
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did forget
In the
that.
base.
Good thing you said that.
so that was a 3 for 2.
Yeah. Just gold charges every time. It looks like it's about to just boil over. It's just like, nope, coming back down.
Honestly, there's some people that you see and they see the Mastery 30 badge, and that's just for show. It's just because they've played 1,000 games on the hero, but the Mighty Midget here showing a distinct mastery of this Hoodwink, or not the Hoodwink, the Dark Willow.
Yeah, I mean, I think nobody's going to argue with that. But but one thing I would like to point out is I think this has been, especially considering week 1, he had a pretty rough game on the Invoker. It made at least me sit there thinking, okay, is this guy just, you know, play him a lot and get the badge by default or what? But I think this has been a very good Invoker game for him this week. They got Danny in this arena, and even with him BKBing, I don't know why he didn't just take this course of action immediately, considering he BKB'd, but even with the BKB, they still just completely hammer him.
I think Honestly, they have no way to stop a TP out from him, so it would have been nice if he had it. But he might have not had a TP.
No,
Yeah,
he
didn't
didn't.
have a TP. He had just TP, and here's what happened. He TP'd to the shrine and died.
Yeah. Oh, they're just gonna put the Willow out in front of everybody here. And look at her go. The damage gap is still intense, it feels like. Even with the Dire being able to turn it around, you still got the issue of, like, if TA is allowed to hit you at all, the fight is just over. Whoever she is explodes.
Mars.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Dark Willow. Oh.
Okay, they're hammering the Giraffe over here. They're hammering the Mars. He actually dies.
Clockwork might die here too.
Invoker's gonna break that up. Luna now out of mana because of it.
They have vision on the high ground.
Oh my god, that was a dieback for that was a dieback for poor Dark Willow, and it was just a die regular for the Hoodwink.
But has no
oh, oh, that's so sad. That Glimmer Cape actually just completely bailed Clockwork there because the Zeus ult only just hit it to reveal the invis.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
much
true.
paying dividends there.
If you're invisible, it doesn't actually deal damage. Forgot about that. Yeah.
If I was Clockwork, I'd be well pleased with my decision making this game. I think it was a good idea and it worked. That's the best way I can put it. It was a good idea and it has worked.
Luna with an axe.
It also kind of started that fight well as well, because a lot of what they did get there, and the reason it didn't go worse is just throwing a lot at the Clockwork Luna's up here, but it's just getting a lot of it ate up by that magic resist.
And he bought a Solar Crest as well, so he's got the double shield build.
2 Ancient Guardians coming out at the same time.
Yep.
Who's your favorite Ancient Guardian player?
There's a man named Wolf.
Ooh.
Yep.
So DK is back now. He hasn't been able to actually use this Daedalus for anything. So
He did crit somebody in the last fight once.
That's true.
He's also dead now.
Scanning.
No,
No? Okay.
they're not gonna get him. Okay,
They
this
might
is
get the T
really
though.
bad. Even with the BKB, she just took a lot of damage out of that clips. In fact, she's dead. She's so bored.
Lambert, you can't be bored if you're dying.
And they got really excited because they thought they were about to get a second kill, but it was just fake news.
It was just an illusion.
But again, I think this is really the upside of this Chon team, is how they perform in situations like this. This is a great
Honestly,
corner rat team.
Honestly, that TA was way out of position.
True.
You mid alone by the enemy tier 2.
Make no mistake, it was a mistake on TA's part, but they're just so good at capitalizing on the mistakes. Unfortunately, this is not a good way to follow up on that.
No.
I don't think we need to be invading their triangle right now. That doesn't really have any gain.
Not by yourself, at least. I'd say hit the mid tower, but hit the top tower at this point.
Although, and actually, they have no T2 here, so it's gonna go uphill. This is the most brazen uphill I've ever seen. This is really brave. Especially considering how close Roche is to coming up. Eclipse goes onto a creep wave. They turn around, they find this Clockwork in the back line, though not before he's able to knock out about half of Hoodwink's HP, and yeah, now they just got it back.
And they bravely run away.
Smart thing to do right now would be go talk to Mr. Roche. He actually spawned very quickly this time.
There you go.
Because you're running away, you're a little battered, but you're still a mana up, and they still don't have vision on that. You have the vision war. At least nominally in your favor with the Zeus. It was on their side, but not so much
They
anymore.
went for a Mage Slayer on Hoodwink. Interesting. Just trying to get that on as many people as possible in the fights. It's not a bad play, honestly.
Would have been better on the other team, I think, but it does still have its uses.
The Invoker does have one.
Oh, that's true, yeah. And he also has a Parasma, which you don't see that often in LD2L.
No.
It's like a puck item for the most part. And here's the Marvel, and there's the Zeus die.
Yeah, no defensive items on this, what's it called? Zeus is rough.
Yeah.
Pipe's good,
Mars
it's
is,
not gonna be
oh no! Oh no 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 no! Oh my god! The 9-hour-long deafening in the Jakiro ult just 100 to 0'd Luna. That was so unlucky. That was tragic.
They have buybacks though, so the game is not completely over.
That's true, but that's a 3,602 gold swing. That I would cry myself to sleep if that happened. That's so unlucky.
They have to use buybacks.
Yep. Buyback's coming out. No DK though, so it's a little questionable how much they're going to be able to do here. They're walking out like they're going to have DK. BKB coming out. They actually got most of the TA. Where is my DK? They did 90% of my TA's HP. Where is my DK? The world wonders. TA coming back in. BKB now.
Luna has ult in a little bit. They have no creep wave to tank it, so she could just walk up, throw it, and they would take so much damage from it.
That's true.
Throw it out. Thank you.
Yep. I thought DK finally bought back. That was just his statue, as it turned out. They're able to get the Clockwork and the Mars. They trade a set of racks for it. I really think the DK should have just bought there. I think the DK buys, they just get TA, and that's just the long and short of it. Instead, the TA gets to live, gets to get a casual kill on the Willow. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, maybe you had to go to the bathroom.
Maybe. What does chat think?
G-Rap is saying this Mars is the worst player ever.
I agree with that. Did you see him walk uphill there?
Do you see this pipe item?
I do.
Disgusting.
Disgusting!
I like how you're buying, what's it called?
The
A
refresher.
refresher, but you don't actually have the mana to press all of your buttons in the fight.
Yeah, Soul Ring. There's that at least. He can
That's
Soul
gonna
Ring
be-
twice.
No, that's gonna be getting replaced by the refresher's orb.
Oh, you're right.
He doesn't have enough mana for anything. He's gonna alt press Q, pipe, Shivas. And
Hey,
then
now he has the cheese. That'll do it.
that'll help, yeah. Jeez. But then he doesn't have enough slots.
Well, let's not think about that.
Dire are scanning.
No, see, he's just pretending on his team he has mana boots. Well, not on the
That's
Invoker,
true.
but he has mana boots on the Jakiro. And, well, just the Jakiro. But he has mana boots on the Jakiro, so, you know, they'll help him out.
That'll help him out. DK having a Satan. Oh my god, that's a big item for them.
Yeah.
DK, Dispel, Lifesteal.
And he also just got walked into here.
Yeah.
And,
You can just BKB TP. Yep, BKB TP. Thank you.
they're even going to drop the Jakiro W on it, even though he's going to get out. So, the good news is that DK got out of that alive. The bad news is no BKB on him for 86 seconds, and they got nowhere to go but this tower here. Carp doing the right thing, but doing the right thing, just immediately dropping the Zeus Ags on here.
Yep.
Trying to buy as much time as possible.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
you've
you've got no money, my man.
I am
You're broke.
Yeah. Unfortunately. You rely on Loud and Hoodwink to start the fights? Yeah, it's a little awkward. DK without a blink, but at this point they're playing very reactively, so the DK not having a blink is less problematic than it might otherwise be.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Arena dropping on the Luna here, who's just going to hit BKB and ignore it. Arena number 2 catches literally nothing.
Did not catch
Great
it.
use of that refresher shard! Oh, it is going to kill the Luna though, that's a dieback.
Luna die into the TA.
Dire's top barracks
Yep, just gets caught by the edge of the TA's stuff.
Oh my god. That
Huge
husband-
deafening blast, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Danny just roasting like a turkey here in the Jakiro Macropire, and he's gone. That's the ball game.
Yeah,
Top barracks are under
that seems to be it. Yeah.
Dire's top barracks is falling. The Radiants now have mega creeps.
Mighty Midget calls the G's. DK disconnects. Willow disconnects, and we're going home.
Radiant
I think this is a sad game. This is a sad series because I think if you switch the mentalities of the two games, it just goes so much better. They were playing a lot better in this game. We saw a lot more of that week 1, week 0 Chon team in this particular game. And I think a lot of it is just down to the type of team they decided to run with here, more of just like a run around and beat people up type team, and I think that has more upside for them. It just goes better to what Carp does as a player. I think it goes better to what Danny does as a player.
Lot.
There we go. I think we're back now. I don't know
I
what
think
you
we're back.
didn't hear, but
Anything.
good. Well, what I was saying, TLDR, this type of comp I think works better with this team's strengths, so that's good. Just more of an aggressive lineup. I think more of a lineup where you can get Coffee Cat out early. I think as well, because I think you can pull the Luna out earlier in this game. Then you'd really want to pull the Wraith King out in the first game. And I think you saw a lot of that really good execution factor from this team, that really good capitalizing factor from this team. Everything came out so very nice, so very clean in this game. But I think what I called in draft just kind of ended up coming to pass. I think, unfortunately for you in particular, you really caught the worst end of it, which isn't surprising. You just had a...
I was gonna say, I don't really think the Luna per se was the issue, like the Luna the hero. I think a lot of it was just play. Luna likes to go in a lot as the first thing to go in, and that just can't be.
Not in this
happens.
game.
Like
I
that
think...
last fight, Luna ran in basically alone, clicked Alt, and then did absolutely 12 damage to anything with her Alt.
I
When
think...
with Eclipse, you can just cast Eclipse and then sit back with the Eggs.
The key problem is that, you know, the fate, I think, was predestined, because even if Luna played it out better, even if things had come out better for her, this was such a bad Zeus game, and that guy is just going to... I mean, he was just a piggy bank for them. Every time these guys needed a small loan, they would just come out, they would just beat the Zeus up for a little bit, beat him like a piñata, and then that would be that. Every time they needed to get some momentum, they could just come beat that guy up, and it felt bad. And that it basically meant that, you know, no matter what was going to happen, because you had no mid, really, and you were able to get a lot of unfortunate hits on that DK early as well, which I think is going to be just kind of a casualty of that. You know, even if the Luna was able to turn that around better, I think Invoker was in just such a good position, even like relatively late as far as when he should have been able to do so. It would be like you would get Luna in the arena, and then a Sunstrike would happen, and then Luna would be dead. Like that would be it.
Yeah.
And part of that is the build, but part of that is just how much they were able to accelerate. And I think it's hard to see a world where they don't get ahead just because of how rancid rotten that Zeus pick was for them. I think that was just such an anchor. Beyond everything else, I still don't like the Luna. I still would have really just rather had much rather had Coffee Cat on the DK. If you can't play it, try it. I think it's worth trying right now, and I don't think it's that hard to pick up. I think you can do it in a couple of games. I mean, not to the point of brilliance, but in this meta, you don't need to be brilliant. You just need to be okay at the meta heroes, and I think you'll be doing okay for yourself. So to that end, right? Like, I still would have rather not seen the Luna. But I really that Zeus, it was just such an anchor. It made me feel like no matter how well they did, they really couldn't turn it around, and you kind of saw it how it actually happened. He played the game out really well as I think he possibly could, and yet he still was sitting there bankrupt just because every time somebody looked at him, he died. You know what I mean? I think if you got this mentality, I think if you got the guys on it like this in game one, if you got this version of this team in game one, I think they win that game. The problem is that the mentality came back with this cuckoo draft, with this awful draft. Unfortunately, if it had come together in game one, which had a really nice looking draft, but just horrible execution, I think that would have been awesome. But they had the horrible execution with the good draft, and the good execution with the horrible draft, and it just came up bad for them on both sides of the coin.
I think at some level it was they didn't play to the strengths of their draft as much as they could have. Like this team definitely needed something to initiate team fights with, and they needed to be using their smokes well. They needed to be going for the pickoffs as much as they could, because this is not a team fight draft. This is not a team that's that feasibly going to out team fight the other one, unless they get a pickoff to start the fight with.
I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that. I mean, it would be a very good thing if you could do it on the reg, but I think the team's real upside here, as a broad unit, is just their ability to like win more if they get ahead. If these guys are able to actually take an equal parity at some point in this match, they can really start like the ball can really start rolling. Like if this
But that's what I
DK,
but that's what I mean. Just based off the drafts, they're never going to be taking that equal parity because the other team ideally is just going to out team fight them just by draft. Like the
I
March
don't
Arena
think
hero wall, the invoker spells.
I think there is room here for the reality where DK starts balling. I think there is room for them to win team fights in that version of reality because I think the core issue, the core thing that was holding them back, is that DK just wasn't doing that in this game. He started getting there eventually, but like by the time he started getting there, it was like 30 minutes. Like when he got that Daedalus out, that's when he really started mattering. But that was like late, right? I think in the world where early game goes better for the DK, there's just less picks on him, then there's something to be said for it. But I think the problem is at the end of the day, just that Zeus pick. I mean I mean one of the key issues is they just loses exactly as well as they pick, right? Like you go out, you move forward, you spot the Jakiro, you knock him out before the fight starts, and then you lose the Zeus just as fast. I don't know. Hard situation. I think the execution on capitalizing from mistakes was really what kept them in this game. I think if they had this better execution in game one, they would have just won it. That's the way I see it. And I really need to put up the AFK banner for some mysterious reason. So, if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 on a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season, but stand-ins are always necessary. You know, needing them every week. There are 3 in this game alone, right? And 1 team in this game alone, which usually shouldn't happen, but hey, today it did for some reason. So they're always needed. Queues are popping everywhere you look. There will be in-houses between the season, all kinds of fun to be having. Go to ld2l.gg, follow the link to the Discord server. That's where all the fun really happens. And we will see you next time.